see. Okay, now I'm gonna tell people to refresh.
Your eyes twitching.
Ah, yeah. Ah, that's weird. Ah, no, that's a loading symbol thing. Okay. Are we on?
The internet can totally see you now.
Yeah. The internet. Here it is.
I guess we are.
We're live. I think we are live, but I'm not sure who is on the other side.
It's just us.
Yeah,
There's some lag.
there's a considerable lag. Yeah. Thesis?
Just every time I look at it, it feels like it's shit.
Ah, come on. Don't be so hard on yourself. Am I? If I am, I don't want to.
Yeah, that's not the local network background.
True. You're right. Okay. Why? Okay, maybe the cable is. Anyway. Okay. Oh, so there are some people watching. Nice. Cool. Okay. So is everything working? Please type okay if it works. I'm not sure yet.
That's cool.
I know. Anyway, so if anyone says okay, then we just go on. We go. Ah, there it is. We got an okay. Fine. So this is Samir, my colleague,
Hello.
and I'm really grateful for him to come here and give a little bit of his experience. So, could you start by talking a bit about yourself, how you came to Barcelona?
Well, I came here about 5 years ago, and I've been in the same place since then. And I'm doing my PhD, which is almost over, which is what I've been saying for the last 8 months. But this time it's really over.
For real. This is for real.
And yeah, no, I did my master's in London, where I met my now supervisor, and I've been here. Well, it depends more on the kind of questions people have,
Yeah.
right? I mean, they're not here to listen to my stories.
Yeah, no, I've got some questions, but
Yeah, no, I've been pretty happy here, and but from what you told me, there's a lot of Indian people coming, right?
that's right. Yeah.
No, it's very comfortable for me. The language initially was a bit of a problem, but if you know how to order your food, you're going to be okay.
Dos cervezas, por favor.
Exactly. That's it.
That's it. Okay. So yeah, we've got several questions. One of them is, well, we had the Indian shops or supermarkets.
Yes, that's a very good shop. The one that you sent
Mm-hmm.
is the one we go to like every 2 weeks to stock up on all the Indian
Mhm.
stuff.
Cool. Okay, so next one is any salsa school recommendations?
Well, that would be Anna, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember which one Jorge went to?
No.
No.
Jorge used to go to some place close to Diagonal, but I don't.
For our watching.
Oh, for our watching. Ah, yeah, that's cool. Okay.
Stream museum.
I went there once. I think it was in Villarroel with Aragón, something like that. Yeah, so I don't know. Anyway, I'm more into blues myself. So, okay. Second question is flights with 30 kilograms allowance.
Emirates.
Emirates.
Emirates is the only one with 30 kilograms. Some flights have a special student thing going on in September and October.
Okay.
Like if you're coming from India, there's Jet Airways that goes via London, I think. And then, yeah, I don't think British Airways has special allowance, but I know for a fact that one or two of the Indian airlines have 42 kilo allowance just for students.
Right, but that's not within Europe though, is it?
No. I assume you need 30 kilos when you're moving.
Yeah.
If you're going for a weekend to Paris with 30 kilos allowance.
You're overkilling it.
Yes.
So, yeah, but
Emirates does consistent 30 kilos.
Okay.
So, and they have, you can take as many number of suitcases as well, because some airlines have a limit on that as well.
Okay.
Emirates doesn't.
Yeah. I've got, though, a question from someone who was traveling to London and then to Barcelona a few days later.
Actually, I think Jorge used to go to Mojito.
Ah, Mojito Bar. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's true.
That's the one.
That's about the dancing class
Yes.
question. Yeah, so Mojito Bar, and I think it's not just the salsa school, but they just play music and people dance there.
It's a club as well.
Club, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So there's that. So Mojito Bar could work. Yeah. The question about 30 kilograms allowance. There's one who will stay. I mean, is initially going to London, then stays there for a few days and goes to Barcelona. So he will need the 30 kilograms allowance. I suggested him maybe. I mean, it's really expensive to go. I mean, to use the airline to transport that much weight.
Yeah.
But maybe he could use FedEx or UPS.
I have no idea about that. Like, I usually, whatever the allowance is, I try to stuff as much as I can and maybe go a kilo higher. Yeah. And then use the handbag 7-8 kilos as well. You can get a lot of stuff.
And use the Ryanair tips, you know, to wear all the clothes.
4 coats. But yeah,
and pass out in the airplane.
I think well, even for within Europe, you can pay something extra to get check-in luggage for Ryanair and Vueling.
Yeah, Vueling, I've seen that option. Maybe you can get.
It's there for Ryanair, EasyJet, all of them.
Yeah.
I think the minimum you have to buy is 15 kilos, but after that it goes up like 15, then 25, and then 40.
But is it a fortune? Do you know? No idea.
No. Well, the ticket is so cheap that if you have to carry the luggage, you don't mind paying for it.
Yeah, maybe just go there for a weekend again. How hard is it to pick up conversational Spanish as an Indian?
Well, it depends on the conversations you want to have.
Okay, that's the next one. Yeah.
So it's actually, if you're if you work at it, then yes. And if you don't have someone who can speak Spanish for you, then definitely it's much faster.
Yeah.
But yeah, so try not to hang out, try not to depend on one guy who speaks Spanish and then get him to do everything for you. Try to, if you try to force yourself to speak, I think it should be fast enough.
Yeah, I agree. What about Duolingo? What's your take on Duolingo?
Yeah, don't waste too much time. Maybe,
Well, I guess it's good to get the basic vocabulary and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if you're sitting and playing games on it on your phone, then might as well play Duolingo.
Okay.
But other than that, I won't rely on it too much.
Cool. Okay. So there's that. Wait, is it easy to purchase a ticket for a football match? Or at the beginning of the season, all BCN matches are booked? Okay, so we actually covered this one in previous sessions, but the answer is no. It's not easy to get a season pack. The answer for the first one is yes. It's easy. It's just kind of expensive, and there's ways around to get cheaper tickets, but that's about it. I guess we can refer to another talk. Wait, I'm just going. There's a lot of questions that are coming up. No, so this is not a question. You speak Portuguese, Ricardo? If I speak slowly in Spanish, can you understand me? Yes, I think so. People kind of understand it. It's quite similar. Plus, Catalan is also kind of similar too. So,
but Spanish itself should be easy to pick up if you speak Portuguese, right? Like within a month you can probably figure out.
It didn't take me that long for me when I was in Brazil. It took me about a month, more or less, to get around and started speaking Portuguese. I wouldn't think of that as a challenge. Of course, if the same, right? If you're always hanging out with other Portuguese-speaking people or English-speaking people, and you never use Spanish, then you're never going to learn it. So I think that's the answer to that question. Does it ever snow in Barcelona? It does, yeah. It did like 5
once.
No, it actually did snow in Barcelona, I think twice or so in my lifetime.
Not in the time that I've been here. Well, but you have to go like 45 minutes out of the city and you can get to the snowy bits.
Yeah, no, I mean there's lots of people who snow or ski in during the weekends, so it's fine. But it did snow once, that was 6-7 years ago, maybe. Yeah, probably about 7 years ago.
I came here 5 years ago. I haven't seen it.
And it was big chaos, the city was all the public transports were all closed down. The airport shut down as well. It was like this much snow. It was ridiculous. But yeah. Please no snow. Okay, you're not. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get snow.
Wish granted.
Right. So, do you think I need a lot of cash, or is it mainly credit card city? What's your take on that? I'd said more or less the rule of thumb is about under €5 things they're not going to accept.
Yeah, there are very few places that don't accept card at all, and there are few that don't accept under like €5 or €7. But other than that, most places.
Yeah.
But
it's changed a lot recently also because there's this commission charge to withdraw money. So it's like insanely ridiculous. They charge you about €2 to withdraw money. So people are getting used to paying with card now.
No, but as a rule of thumb, I think I carry about €20, 20 to €30 in my wallet at any given time, just in case there is some place where I need to use the card. But otherwise, I use cash. But otherwise, with card.
I always use card every time I can. So yeah, I think there's that. Usually the grocery stores, the small shops, they don't accept credit cards, and also tobacco shops, they don't accept credit cards, but the rest is, they do. My wife is going to look for a job in Barcelona. How is the job market? Well, you did get a job, didn't you?
For me, it was good. I have been in the same one for 5 years now. So.
So you did like the job, okay.
Yeah. Well, again, it depends on the area.
Yeah,
Because
it
it's a
depends.
very-
It depends a lot on the area. So technical jobs such as programmers and so on are, I would say, easy
Yeah.
to get jobs. you know, but
Architecture, not so much.
architecture really hard, very hard. His wife is an architect.
Yeah, I mean, even the places that are available are like these internships,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
code for
No.
slavery.
You're not getting paid.
No.
You're working 12 hours
On Sunday.
on Sundays. It's insane. But yeah,
So yeah, and I think for English speaking people as well, there are a lot of opportunities here and there. Maybe not a full-time permanent thing, but as a
Yeah.
temporary thing, you can
temporary
do some.
thing, especially on service industry, like
Yeah.
working in bars and hotels and so on.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of I think
there's
opportunity
demand.
for short-term things.
Yeah, especially in the summer, big start of the summer though, not in August, or in the holiday season towards the end of the year in December and so on. But yeah, I mean, I would need more details to answer that really. Would you recommend to buy a car? I've never had. Well, I've never had. No, not true. I haven't had a car for the last 4 years,
Yeah.
and to get by around the city, you don't.
I think it's more
really-
difficult if you have a car
Yeah.
because you don't
Yeah.
continuously look for
Yeah, no, it's
parking
insane.
spaces and pay so much. The public transport is amazing.
It's quite
If
good.
you have to spend money, I think you spend it on leasing if you can.
Yeah.
The public bike thing is really good and it's
Yeah.
healthy.
Yeah, the thing though is Sade is in Sant Cugat, so it might be a good idea, but also it might not because
But there is a half an hour train, no?
yeah,
From
yeah,
Santa.
that's the thing. I mean, the thing is, if you've got a car, then it makes sense to use it. If you don't, then
It
just
also,
use the public
yes,
transport.
but I mean, if you're going to Sant Cugat only for studying and you're living in the city,
Yeah,
then you only need to go during probably the daytime, right?
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
need to. If you're living in Sant Cugat and you come on the weekend to like party in Barcelona,
yeah, then it would make
then
sense.
it would make more sense.
Yeah.
But the other way around, if you're going and coming back during the day, then I think with public transport should be.
Yeah, you should put
enough.
that. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, I guess if you're living in Sant Cugat, then maybe it makes more sense. But even then, it's
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe well, it's very easy to rent a car as well. If
That's
you're
true,
Looking to rent to drive around Spain,
Yeah.
you just rent it. For
Yeah,
3
we
days.
we did that.
Yeah.
What was it? How long ago was that? 3 years ago? 2?
More than 2.
More than 2, yeah. Yeah, so we went for a weekend and we rented a car. It was fun. We
7 of
smashed
us.
it. But yeah, it was fun.
No one fun, right?
Yeah, no telling. Okay, so questions here are over.
What have we missed?
So, okay. Wait, hold on. I'm coming from 6+ months of snow, so no snow. Okay.
No, I don't think we missed anything.
Half a, wait. Never seen snow. How is finance market in BCN? If you want to work in banking, Madrid is the way. To be honest, I have no clue about that. Do you know anything about that?
No.
I've never worked in banking, and it's not the area I'm looking for, so I have no information about that. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, exactly. So Jose was saying that you can go ski. Yeah, 2 hours drive approx. That's true. Oh, did you ever got pickpocketed?
No, never. Yeah, again, it's especially for the Indians. If you come to Barcelona and you just consider it like the same level, not the same level, but in the same sphere as an Indian city, and you just take care of your bag and you take care of your wallet, and you don't look very obviously careless, you're going to be fine.
Yeah, I would agree.
And yeah, I mean, if you're like, for example, this happens even with people who come to visit me for the first time. They think they're in Europe, so they will leave their bag here, leave their phone on their table, and go order their food. And
it's Europe, yes, true, but it doesn't make it any more safe in that sense.
Just if you're vigilant and if you're like not leaving your stuff around, especially in the center, I think you're going to be fine. I don't. Every time I say it, I feel scared, but I haven't been pickpocketed or robbed yet.
That's a word. I would say as a general advice, just take care of your things, look after your things.
And there's nothing to be afraid of. In fact, I think Barcelona is one of the safest cities I've not just lived in, but even traveled around to. Like whenever you're out, when you travel during the weekends, I don't feel the same level of security like I do here. You can be walking around at 3-4 in the morning.
Yeah, that's true. Also, I mean, the thing is, you can get pickpocketed. In fact, that happens a lot. But there's never violence involved, which is a good thing.
That's the worst that can happen. That you get pickpocketed or someone takes your bag and runs. There's never going to be a confrontation.
Yeah, no, they all run from that because it's a lot more trouble for them, because the law is that if you steal something below 400 euros, then basically nothing happens to you, even if you get caught, right?
That's a good business model.
So if they catch you, then and there's no violence involved, then you just go to the police station. They check your data and they release you, basically. But if there is violence or you steal something valuable, then you get into a lot more trouble. So they just avoid stealing, say, I don't know, laptops. I mean, of course, if it's too obvious, they're gonna steal it, but they're not gonna open your bag or something.
Yeah, and if you leave your laptop unattended in a restaurant or a bar,
you're asking for it, in fact.
You deserve it.
You're not gonna get into violence. I haven't seen that.
In that sense, it's very safe as long as you're vigilant with your stuff. You don't have to worry.
Okay. So let's go back a bit. Okay. Happy to organize it here. Okay, is there any neighborhood we should avoid? Well, there are neighborhoods that are not so nice, but I wouldn't go as far as to say that you should avoid them. Maybe also because there's nothing really interesting in those neighborhoods. I mean, if you're walking there, it's because you have a reason, because I don't know, your friend lives there or something. But neighborhoods that are not nice, they don't have anything to offer. Really.
Is this question with respect to just going to that neighborhood, or with respect to looking for accommodation in that neighborhood? Please.
I think it refers, if I'm not mistaken, it refers to safety.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, for example, let's say in the Gothic area or in Raval, I wouldn't recommend those places to live in. But
you wouldn't recommend them to live in?
I mean, it's
you lived in Raval, come on.
I live close to Raval.
Okay. It's a bare edge.
Yeah, there's a big street. But no, I mean, if you're looking for places to stay, better not to, like, the amount you pay for some place in the Gothic area will be
pretty much the same in Gracia.
You could pay, but I mean, you probably find a bigger apartment or a cleaner neighborhood.
That's true.
Just because it's the center, it might.
Yeah, people tend to.
And like from people I know who've been living in like Raval, they usually end up moving out because of the
the crowds,
the crowds and it's like
and
you're-
noise,
you're-
and
you're noise and the neighbors pretty much having a nice view of whatever you're doing. You having a view of whatever the neighbor's doing.
yeah, there's no privacy.
It's like this. The street is like this wide. So
I don't know. I lived in Raval for a year myself. I didn't. Well, that's only because I'm quite a laid-back person.
yeah, I mean it
But,
depends on how you are. As well.
yeah, I've never had big issues with Raval myself, and it's also a fun neighborhood.
Yeah, I like
because-
going there.
Yeah, you go out a lot in Raval.
That's where the Indian supermarket is.
Yeah, true. And that's where a lot of the bars we go to are as well.
Cheap beer.
And cheap beer, some nice clubs, Jamboree, Jassy. Have you been to Jassy?
It's
Awesome.
close to Thailand. No.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Harlem. Harlem is,
is this Raval or is this Kolkata? I think.
yeah, but I mean, I
That-
refer
that-
to both.
around there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of mood and
Mhm.
Cangrejo.
Yeah, Cangrejo.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. That there's a lot of bars and discos and pubs and stuff. But to stay there,
Yeah,
if you
you-
have an option, if you haven't done it yet, maybe you can look for something.
more up towards the hill.
Eixample or
Yeah.
Gracia, even Poblecite is nice.
Yeah, yeah. So if the question were in fact about safety, then as we said, there's no unsafe neighborhood. It's just neighborhoods that are not interesting. So like for me, Carmel has no interest.
Yeah, if you want a
Yeah.
nice view of the city, you can go once more.
Yes, that's true. Oh, there's the bunkers.
Yeah.
But
So you
but
go
yeah,
there
that's-
just for the bunkers, not to see the neighborhood.
Yeah,
The neighborhood's pretty good.
yeah. That's about it. Or Forum.
Yeah.
You know. Or-
Yeah, I mean even Poblenou for that matter. It's got a lot of cool things, but you need to
There's-
know where you want to go.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't just walk around in Poblenou.
Exactly, yeah. You go for either Razmataz, Uvela Negra, and so on, but yeah. Yeah, he means for security reasons.
Yeah,
So
no.
we covered that.
So shouldn't be a problem to go there.
Okay. So what's a typical and simple breakfast menu in Barcelona? For a guy who doesn't cook and he's single. What's a typical...
Croissant? No.
Croissants could be.
Well, that's a to-go option. Now, like Barcelona is going crazy with brunch places.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Yeah, there's a lot of
With
all day breakfast places
Yeah.
with eggs and bacon. And stuff. It's good.
English breakfast. You like that, huh?
I have a list of recommended places that I can send to you.
Is it a digital?
It's a digital list, and I have a Google map,
Ah, nice.
and it's sorted according to.
Okay,
So
yeah.
the red ones are the must-do, and the grey ones are if you get time.
Okay. He's a foodie, so you could trust him.
Yeah, well, and none of them are expensive.
Cool.
Like 15 euro per person max.
Nice. For breakfast?
Well,
15?
everything. There's all-day breakfast. There's
Ah, yeah,
burgers.
well.
There's bars.
Okay,
There's, yeah.
I see. Okay, for student, not much partying. What can be a realistic monthly budget with a 400, 500 range for accommodation? What do you think? So there's that. I think, I don't remember, was it, I think it's 80 euros to get to a Sabe. A monthly
Ah,
pass.
okay. Oh, this is
Yeah, no. Because it's zone 2.
Yeah. Now it makes sense.
Then there's, I don't know, all the all the phone stuff, which say, I don't know, it's 15 euros maybe.
Yeah, for
So
a
just
decent
round
data
it.
connection, I think
Yeah.
we're getting 15 to 20.
Yeah. So just to round it up, that's 100. Then how much would we spend on food?
Well, let's
So
say
in Esade, the menus are about 7 to 8
let's say
euros.
10, right, for the coffee. Or
Yeah. Yeah, so 10 a day on menu food, yeah. That's 20 days per month, so 200. So 300 just on that.
Then you eat dinner.
You're gonna eat dinner, probably at home, and sometimes out.
Should have never done this budget thing.
Yeah.
I wonder how much I spend on food.
You're spending pretty much your entire salary.
Nothing.
What?
Yeah. No, I mean
300 more?
the bare stuff would be about the same, like 400 to 500. You can easily get by. So
Yeah.
in a total of 800, you can survive.
Survive, yeah, but that's...
The thing with Barcelona and the thing with Europe, as I realized as well, like, is that every weekend there's something with the other happening,
Yeah.
and every other weekend when nothing's happening, you make a plan with your friends to go out,
Yeah,
and yeah, it never ends up being...
it's true. But also, even just surviving, I would say it's a little bit...
Maybe
I don't
1,000,
know.
including accommodation.
Yeah.
Not more than that.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't be more than that. But 1,000 should be kind of the bare minimum.
Yeah. I mean, even if you don't party too much, if you go out on a Friday with friends,
Yeah.
just for like 2 hours, you have dinner, you're ready and not
Yeah, yeah, because otherwise, okay, even if it's just €100 difference, it could make your life a lot more enjoyable, right?
Yeah, and that's the
I
thing
think-
about Barcelona. Like, you can't be sitting at home, no matter how antisocial you are.
People will call you,
yeah,
drag
and
you out.
end up going out like
Yeah.
every other weekend at least.
That's true.
Or some concerts going on, or some, we're going to the Barca game, or something or the other. You end up
Yeah.
doing.
Okay. Where do we get awesome biryani in BCN? Barcelona?
Well, there's
What was
Raval.
biryani again?
That's the rice.
Okay.
So there is a very nice vegetarian place that I know, but it's vegetarian, so that's the disappointment. But
Disappointed.
no, but because biryani is meant to be had with lamb. So, well, there are a few places that I know. I'll forward the list to you, and I think one of the Indian places does decent biryani.
Okay. What about the one close to the Taina?
Yeah, that one's
Is
the
it-
veg one. No?
Yeah.
That's the vegetarian one. They have
Yeah.
biryani, but it's veg biryani. So
Okay.
it can only do so much. If you want the real biryani, then in Raval, I think there's 2 or 3 places.
Okay. What about butter chicken? I've never had butter chicken
Raval.
not cooked by your mom in Barcelona.
Yeah, Raval.
Raval.
Raval has a lot of Pakistani places, right? So they do good meat. They
Okay.
make it right. There's, I think, one restaurant close to Espana called Taboo,
Okay.
and they do decent biryani. And well, the people are from Delhi, I think, so
Cool.
they do a similar kind of food that I'm used
Authentic.
to. Well, they do like nostalgia food, but I don't know if it's authentic.
Okay. Alright. Do most places include utilities in the price of the rent, or does that vary from landlord to landlord? Or what do you think?
I think in my case, none of the places that I've
They never include
They, yeah.
utilities. Yeah, I think you can find something, but I think you would be looking for it.
and
not
mostly I think
just-
utilities are included when you're just getting a room.
Yes, yeah.
Not an entire apartment, of
Mhm.
course. So
Yeah.
if you go find a room, then maybe they can give you a monthly thing.
Yeah. But it's a question to ask, right? If you're getting the room, okay, are utilities included or not in the price? Because sometimes it's not clear. But yeah. So the rule, I would say, it's like he said.
Yeah, if you're getting an apartment, even if you're getting an apartment to share with your friends, then
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
have
because
to pay separately.
otherwise, I think it's because otherwise, if for whatever reason the apartment went empty, then the owner would have to pay for everything, even if he's not living there. So it's just a matter of safety for him or her.
And it's, I guess, fair to both parties, right? If you're
Yeah.
paying for the bill, then you
Yeah.
pay as much as you use.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, so
Thank you.
Are the places furnished usually? That's also, it varies, I would say. I think it's easier to find furnished places.
Yeah,
What do you
because
think?
mostly like the apartments, the older apartments are already furnished,
Yeah,
and they're the ones that are cheaper as well. So
Yeah.
usually, I mean, even when I'm looking at a certain budget, I
yeah.
go for the ones that are already furnished.
Jordi didn't think that well, though. He made like a calculation with some spreadsheets and stuff, and he found a cheaper apartment that wasn't furnished. In fact, he found several non-furnished apartments that were cheaper, and he calculated what the cost was to
Well,
furnish
yeah, I
it.
mean, if you buy an apartment that has lower rent, I mean, you rent an apartment that has lower rent but no furniture, of course you make up the cost of
Yeah.
whatever furniture you buy.
But yeah, you have to pay that up front.
Yes,
So,
but I mean, again, if you're only coming here to live for a year, you're not going to spend money
Yeah, I
on
don't
beds
think so.
and sofas and couches. It's better to have something that's already
Yeah.
furnished. And
I think
Moving.
Jordi showed me his return of investment was about 2 years or so.
yeah,
So,
so yeah, in 2 years, if I have a furnished apartment for 800 a month, and if
Yeah.
I have a non-furnished one for 600 a month, of course, at some point,
Yeah, you're
even the
gonna,
money that I've spent on the furniture will.
yeah, and you own it still.
Yeah.
So,
But it only makes sense, I think, if I'm living
Yeah.
here long term.
yeah. That's true.
okay. So what are the neighborhoods that you think are the best to live in, knowing that we'll have to commute to Sant Cugat? Sant Cugat is wrongly spelled, by the way.
It's C-U-G-A-T. Champla and Gracia.
Yeah, there's a
Mhm.
direct train from the Gracia station that goes to San Cugat, I think. That's
Yeah.
where Martha takes it from.
Mhm. And there's another one in Champla as well, Provenza,
Okay.
which is diagonal if you take
Yeah.
line 3. So.
Yeah, and that
I,
area
I,
is nice.
I have nothing against Raval though.
Yeah, no, me neither. I mean, if that's what if you want a lively area, I think Raval
That's
is really
true.
good.
It's very lively. If you enjoy going out, even for a quick drink,
Yeah, in Raval you have everything around you.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah,
never
yeah.
need to.
you're never walking more than 100 meters without a cool place, where you can have a beer.
And there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of Indian food, Indian supermarkets,
True.
Indian restaurants, lots of Indian people as well.
Yeah.
So that's Raval is nice. But then if you're in Raval, you have to walk a bit to get to the stations, right, to San Cugat. Or you take the
Yeah,
metro.
yeah. You take the metro. I mean, you go to Plaza Catalunya,
Yeah, and then the green line.
and then no, San Cugat straight
From Catalunya.
from
yeah.
Catalunya. Yeah, so it's probably gonna be a bit further away from the station than Gracia
Yeah,
or
no,
whatever.
yeah, but the list neighborhoods, I guess, Raval, Gracia, Eixample, but closer to Paseo de Gracia to where
Mhm.
Eixample is.
Yeah, yeah.
And Born.
Born, it's a bit further away though. But yeah, Born, if it weren't because it's not a good commute, Born would be a nice area to
It's a
live
very
in.
nice place. It's
Yeah.
still,
Maybe, taking a bike or buying a bike and taking it from your home to the metro station, and then you ride in. You can do that, by the way. That could be a good idea.
But what is it? Maybe you know better. Is there? I've read that everyone's bike has at least been stolen once. I have no experience with that, so I don't know. But
Yeah,
I mean, leaving the bike outside.
yeah, but leaving the bike outside is not a good idea. Yeah, but if you use it to commute to Esade, then yeah, because you keep it at home inside, even laptop, and then you just take it to the metro with you to San Cugat, and then you save yourself also walk from the metro station to San Cugat itself, which is about 10 minutes ish.
Sounds like a good. Yeah, it actually sounds like a better alternative than that.
Yeah. In many ways, it is. Yeah. So, no worries, Edwin. It's fine. Grammar Nazi. Okay. There's a question I would rather not ask in in this stream. Any specific tips on Gracia? Any specific tips on Gracia?
Right. So
As in restaurants and so on, or where to live? Because if it's to live, just close to the station as you can.
To one of the stations.
To one of
Fontana or Joannique.
No, journey. That doesn't work.
Well, if you want to go to San Cugat.
Yeah, because otherwise it's the
so Fontana would be nice. But anyway, like Gracia is tiny. You can walk from the start to the end in like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah. But yeah,
What type of area? It's awesome.
The definition of awesome is Gracia.
No, Gracia is very nice.
Yeah, it is.
It's quieter than the center. It's mostly residential, mostly people who are actually living here, not too many tourists, and lots of squares with lots of activities.
The thing is, it used to be a small village, that got swallowed by the growth of Barcelona. So it keeps this essence of being a village.
Yeah.
Everything is almost every street is walking street.
Yeah.
It's pedestrian. So there's essentially no cars besides
no
one or
cars,
two streets.
Lots of neighborhood stuff going on.
Yeah,
lots of
people know each other. There's
bars.
the Festival of Gracia in August. It's very nice. There's also lots of bars, restaurants and so on. There's chivos.
And it's really close to the center. I think that's the really cool part. Like it feels like a suburb, but it's right in the center.
Exactly.
So it's like 15 minutes away from Plaza Catalunya.
Yeah.
So you can be in the center whenever you want, but if you need some peaceful, quiet time, living in Gracia is a good solution.
So do the SCG stations have bike stations? Yes, they do. Pretty much every SCG station. Because there's lots of people with bikes coming to and from Barcelona to go to the mountains, or because they live, outside Barcelona. So it's good for them. It's very convenient for people, and they just build some.
In general, Barcelona is very bike.
Yeah.
It's very bike friendly. Like they have lots of bike lanes now, and the BSIM, the public bike thing. Anyway, it's very convenient. If you have your own bike, then you have more flexibility. But with BSIM, you don't have to worry about it getting stolen.
That's true. It is very bike friendly, I think, but also it's a bit hilly.
Yeah.
So if you're riding it uphill, then it's not as friendly. But
the terrain can be challenging, but the city itself tries to encourage you to
that's true.
use bikes.
Okay, wait. Demographics, atmosphere, nightlife. Okay, well, I think we covered that from Gracia. So can we take the bikes and the train? Yes. Yeah. No, you can use them. In fact, as we said, it's pretty common to see people using or commuting with bags on the train. You usually take the front train or the last train, or I should say the front car or the last car, because there's a bit more space in there, and
It's meant for that.
it's meant for that. Yeah, the chairs are how do you say that? They can open and close.
Collapsible.
Yeah, collapsible. So if the train is not packed full, people sit in other places, and they leave some space in there. So yeah. Reclinable. Okay. There you go. It's actually the same in Spanish. You spell it the same, exactly.
Climate. Okay.
What are the casual clothing options available, like H&M, something similar? Not fancy, not thrifty.
H&M. Yes.
H&M, yeah, you've got
There's
H&M.
everything. H&M,
Yeah.
Pull&Bear, Bear, Zara.
Lefty, Zara, Desigual, Mango,
Bershka.
Bershka. Yeah, yeah, in fact, many of them are Spanish, in fact. Like from Inditex or Mango or whatever.
At least my
So-
family loves to come here and shop because the prices are cheaper here than in Dubai.
Oh, and we talked about this, about La Roca Village.
Yes.
Right, so there's a huge like mega store outside. Yeah.
My family took a suitcase when they took the shuttle bus to La Roca.
They should have bought the suitcase in La Roca.
They did.
They
Because
did.
they ran out of space in the first one.
Okay. So yeah, there's this huge mega store just outside Barcelona, on a place called La Roca.
But
You know,
there's
it's
a direct shuttle bus from the center.
Yeah, there's a shuttle bus, and it's basically an outlet of clothes. They're new, but just from last season or something, and they have huge discounts, and people love to go there, especially Russians and apparently Indians.
At least one family.
At least one family.
I've never been there. I don't know how it is.
Well, yeah, it's that a supermarket for clothes basically.
Ah, there's Primark as well.
Oh, Primark. That's true. It's on La Illa.
Yeah. I think there's one in the center as well. I see people with Primark bags in the center, but I don't know if they're bringing them from La Illa.
Yeah, I don't know. I know there's one in La Illa, but I don't know about the center. Okay. How much would you pay for a haircut? I would like a Hollywood style, but not the one I got.
Yes, go. Where do you get your haircut?
From an Indian one, I think. €5.
I do it.
No, I think the price range, regular one, is from 5 to 15, more or
I
less.
think, yeah, that's the average would be about 8 or 9.
Yeah. I go to the cheapest, really low cost kind of haircut because I never cared about it.
Apparently you're doing a good job, yeah?
Of not caring.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's for me it's €5, but I've been to more expensive places as well. There's that, and that makes almost an hour, isn't it?
Yeah, it says 50 minutes.
Wow, that was really long. Okay, 15 minutes. Wow. Okay, I think that should be it. I don't want to keep you all that long.
Should
Okay.
be more useless advice.
Okay, thanks a lot for this,
You're welcome.
and cheers.